All right. Want to thank everyone who's attending today. We got another great fireside chat here with Donovan from Apollo. Um, so I'm going to let Donovan have the opportunity to introduce himself. I want to just do a quick high level of who OpenSpace is for our attendees. OpenSpace is a 360 reality capture solution. We've been around since 2017. Have captured over 5 billion worth of square feet worth of space in 91 different countries. And we've had the opportunity, like I've said on all the other ones, to work with incredible people like Donovan and Apollo. And I'm excited for Donovan to share the projects he's working on today. I was actually taking a look at it before, and you guys have been capturing quite a bit, and I'm excited to hear some of the use cases you guys are getting out of that. Yeah, Donovan, everybody.
Hey everybody, my name is Donovan Baldocchi. I'm a project engineer at Apollo Mechanical. I'm at the Benson High School job in Portland. We're rebuilding a new large school. It's about $45 million scope on our hands. So yeah, that's about all I've got for you.
Yeah, no, I love it. Tell us about Apollo.
Mechanical contractor based out of Kennewick, Washington, but we've got offices all over. The office I work from when I am working at the office is in Tigard, Oregon. We've got offices in Montana, Idaho, Kennewick, Oregon, I think Kansas, Tennessee. So we're all over. I think we're one of the top 5 largest mechanical contractors in the country as well.
Yeah. No, that's so you guys are like you guys are always consistently at the top of the E&R list. And it's always interesting for me to understand like how from a company of your scale, like how you guys evaluate technology from a strategy level. So I always love asking this question first. From your perspective, what's a big strategy for Apollo in regards to technology and the strategy of implementing technology over the next year or two?
I would use OpenSpace as an example, obviously, since this is an OpenSpace webinar. We would use OpenSpace. Well, we just started using OpenSpace, I think, more so for organizational purposes. Prior to OpenSpace, I was walking around the job site with an iPhone, snapping pictures. And labeling the location was getting hectic. Knowing what viewpoint you were looking at was getting hectic. So we implemented OpenSpace to, I would say, make my job a little easier, not easier, but also aid as a tracking status standpoint, but also for legal purposes. I think that's the biggest cue and why we chose to run with OpenSpace, because it's kind of a CYA, if everyone knows what that means, cover yourself. If any schedules, say R5s, change orders were not to get captured, but you had video evidence, then that would be a legal binding, I believe you could use in court to back your case or help out your company in any way possible.
How did you find OpenSpace? Was it was it us that reached out to you guys, or did you see it?
Yeah, I think you guys reached out to us, and there were some competitors that we were researching once we found out about OpenSpace. But personally, I wasn't the one who was promoting to run with OpenSpace, because I didn't know what OpenSpace was until it was brought to my attention that this is something you're going to be working with. But prior, I think Alex and I believe Josh were the ones who reached out, sold us on OpenSpace, and we all met as a team and agreed that it's something we could utilize. It would be beneficial for the company.
Yeah, so tell me more about kind of that transition from your previous process to using OpenSpace. What are like some of the big value points that you're seeing, or some of the big benefits you're seeing from what you were previously doing to now?
Organization wise, internally organization, because if guys in the field want to see something, say some radon that was put in prior to rough and build on a level 1, we could go back to that date and know exactly where we're at, what viewpoint we're looking. So I would say organizational purpose is the biggest for the internal side. But
Can you,
non-internal. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can you explain to the audience like what it takes for the data to be organized? Because before, I'm sure when I hear our customers talk about their previous experiences of using a phone, typically that process is you take a picture, you either pin it to a floor plan manually or you're adding it to a folder. Can you walk us through what that experience is like using OpenSpace from an organizational basis?
Yeah, so prior I would walk the job, take a photo, go back through the photos, and then upload them into a file and then label them per location, building, and then probably break them up
How
by
long would that usually take you?
a while.
Yeah.
Let's see. So to walk the job, this is a big job. So probably takes me an hour and 20 minutes to do a full walk, and then going back and labeling everything throughout 2 hours total for everything. So 40 minutes to label, hour and 20 to walk. Then once I got open space, what you do is you get your camera all set up, you connect it to your phone, choose the area where you're going to start, the level, the location, walk, tracks everything. Once you change levels or buildings, you just have to stop the video, create a new one. It's super simple. And yeah, I just walk everywhere in the building, and it's good for me to just be out in the field, seeing installs, seeing job status, seeing progress. So even if it's just walking, I'm still learning and I'm still seeing and being acclimated into the job.
From a learning standpoint, how quick did it take for you to like adopt OpenSpace and be able just to understand the product and take off running with it?
It was extremely easy. It's extremely user friendly. I don't think I kind of grew up in the era of the iPhones and new technology, so I understand it extremely well. It's extremely self-explanatory. So the learning curve was little to nothing for me.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting to hear the two sides of, you have the younger generation in construction that's able to adopt technology pretty easily.
Yes.
You have the older generation that's a little hesitant with it. Are you seeing that some of the guys at your company are using OpenSpace? What's their feedback? Are you seeing that OpenSpace has been simple enough for the older generation to adopt? That's usually pretty hesitant on technology.
Yes, I would say it's extremely easy for them. And even if they have questions, I'm right there. I explain it and then they understand it. I mean, everyone at work uses a computer. So if you can operate a computer, you can probably operate OpenSpace just as easy.
Yeah. So I love that because organization, it really is undervalued. When we first talk about OpenSpace with somebody, we show the product and you see how it's all stitched, but it's truly just kind of undervalued from a ease of use standpoint. Or I guess we can stick on that for one more. Where have you been able to use that in the project? Like you have a story that you were able to like work with the GC or another trade on in regards to any specific change orders, delays, schedules?
I don't know if I can talk about it,
That makes sense.
to be honest. Yeah. I don't know if I can speak on behalf of that, but just know it's being used and we're tracking the job and it's beneficial for us. And it's kind of backing as a buffer to us in terms of keeping us safe, I would say.
That's CYA. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that you guys have your BIM model in there. Walk me through that and like how you guys are using that in regards to like what use cases you're really able to see from it.
Are you saying the side by side view?
Yeah, with the BIM model.
Yeah, I would say just comparing rough-in locations and how rough-in looks comparing to what's actually modeled. Obviously, the model is going to be changing as construction progresses and RFIs are being written and coordination is being coordinated. But I would say we would use them hand in hand together to pretty much just track how the job's progressing in terms of how the model is being drawn and if it's following suit with the model compared to what's being roughed in.
Yeah. Can you show us your project?
Yes,
you give
absolutely.
a walkthrough of like a day in a day in open space and what you're looking at and the conversations you're having within open space?
Yes, I'm gonna log in real quick and then share my screen. So bear with me for a second.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, what's your capture cadence? Are you capturing, once a week?
2 times a week, every Tuesday and Friday. So at the conclusion of this call, I'll work for a little bit longer and then go for it. I like to call it a track event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
This job is giant, so the walks are long, but
was that Tuesday, and you said Tuesday and what, Friday?
And Friday.
Was that a strategy like put together by you and your team, or were we involved in helping you guys strategize like when the best times are to walk?
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I would say it was internally with me and my team. You guys helped a lot out for any questions I had or just showing us the product and how to operate and use it.
Why, just curious, why Tuesday and Friday? Was there anything specific about those?
Because we don't work Fridays, so we don't have our field here on Fridays. I work Fridays, but no one's installing for us on Fridays. And so if I was gonna do like Friday, Monday, it would be the same thing that you'd be seeing. So we got Monday to work, and then a little bit Tuesday I'll walk later in the day. So that's 2 days of work, and then Friday would give you another 3 days or two total. So there's like two split it.
Yeah, that's really helpful. A lot of new customers always ask like, what kind of cadence should I do? And it's I like kind of your strategy and your thought on that spacage. So yeah, walk us through. So what do we have here? Tell us about this project.
All right, so we're in building A, which is the auditorium. This is the lower level of building A. So this is where I think we're looking here at a bathroom or a costume room. This is in February though, so this was a while ago. This is a bathroom here. You got your domestic copper pipes running to the sinks here. I think there will be some toilets here as there's floor drains. Looks like the toilet's going to connect here.
And so can you explain to the audience there's the floor plan in the top right. The idea behind the organization Donovan was talking about earlier is when you go to walk the site, you're just hitting your starting point in the AI and computer vision essentially. Well, actually,
this
yeah.
thing?
Can you tell the audience a little bit about looking at it on that floor plan?
Yeah. So here's the lower level of Benson High School. So this is building A up here. Here's building E, and then here's G1, G2. We're in A right now, and so I think I would start somewhere over here, or just anywhere you start. You want to choose where you're going to start, and what the camera does is tracks your location. I don't know how or what. I'm assuming there's some coordinates we give you, and then you guys search. I don't know what software or what you guys use to put a coordinate on to match where the camera knows where it's at. But what it does is it just tracks your trail, and is a 360 camera that I think what it probably does is records a video. Maybe you could help me on this, and then it would take like clear photos out of that video and then mash up a clip.
It's so I'm not going to try to get super technical on it because it even goes over my head. It's the guys that created it are much smarter than I am. What essentially it's doing is it is taking a photo, an actual 360 photo every half a second, and then the AI and computer vision that they built, similar to the AI and computer vision in self-driving cars, that's shooting out. I don't want to try to get super technical, but sensors to kind of create and model that environment so they know where they are, is essentially a similar technology that's being used in this. So when that picture is being taken, the AI computer vision understands the walking path and can then stitch those photos together.
Got it.
Do not quote me on that. We have technology tab on our website at OpenSpace.ai. I recommend anybody to go take a look there, and you'll get a much better description of how this technology works. But it's I think the idea behind it, and you can attest to this, Donovan, it's it's super simple, kind of on the surface level, right? Like
It's
you
super
said,
simple.
yeah.
The learning curve is little to none, like I said, and it makes sense. Yeah, it's simple.
So you have February 15th down there. Have you walked in this room multiple? Yeah, can you explain this calendar
Yeah.
view?
Yeah, so all these blue highlighted calendar dates are dates I walked. Obviously, I missed a couple week or 2 weeks here. Got back on the grind. And so technically what I would do is if you want to go back to a date, say, so we're in February now, on February 15th right here, you could just jump forward to the 3rd. It would take you to the 3rd. You can see your progress. I don't know if much happened in this bathroom since that time. I think we were requested to work in other areas. I can take you somewhere else. We go like for instance, building E is 95% done. So we could just jump into building E.
Have you found that this has helped with coordination with other trades on the project? Like, have you been able to use this to essentially control and lead the conversations in meetings?
I would say yes. I'm not in those meetings, but I would say we more use it as for us personally as backup
Mhm.
in terms of, hey, we're in a disagreement. I don't think this happened. Oh, really? We can go back and look, you know. So one of the problems I found though was I needed to get a headlamp and I did not have one on March 3rd. So in rooms where it's dark, I'll turn on a headlamp and it solves the issue of the camera not being able to capture.
Yeah, and have you messed with that new feature on the right side over there, the little sun? You can
Right here?
yeah,
No, I actually haven't.
yeah,
Oh, I
you can
see.
try it. I wonder if that room, yeah,
Yeah, how
later
do I go back?
see if that room we can brighten that up.
Yeah,
But
let's
yeah,
see if I can go somewhere that's
release.
dark. Maybe it's dark in here. Let's see. Probably didn't walk in there because it was dark. Let's see. No, not dark. This is another bathroom though. You got your floor drains here, your toilets would stub in there. I think your sinks would go right here.
And I saw that you guys are using some of the field notes.
Yeah, I haven't used a lot of the field notes, I will be honest. Um, just because if I am gonna note anything, I'll probably take a photo and text one of my foremen just so he knows right away.
Mhm.
Um, can you show me where I'll find those field notes?
Yeah, so on the
Right,
left side over
right
there,
here.
the one right below that.
Oh, yep. Yeah, so I just took a couple field notes to show. I don't know what this was. Let's see how this copper pipe stubbing into this waste. I was just wanted to show. I don't know why I took it. I think I was just using the feature, practicing.
What would you use the field notes for?
If there was any trade damage, if we left out any tools, just so we could capture that as a legal binding if our tools went missing since we left them out or didn't lock up anything. If I just saw that something didn't look right, you know, like, this looks weird. I think someone might want to talk about it or see how we can address this situation.
And how do you can you show the audience like what it takes to drop a field note?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, so let's say if we're flying through this model and I mean, I don't know where I would. Let's just say like this table had some tools on it and it was our tools and we were not working. I would just pull out my phone, take a photo. I think there's a field note category in your phone. I
Mhm.
can probably make a field note on the computer, right? I usually make
Yeah,
it on
so
my
that
phone.
top in the middle, that little
Right
table.
here.
Yeah,
Okay, I
that
see.
guy.
I usually make them on my phone. But then I could just say, here's a field note next, and then you could probably title it like left tools out when workers were gone. Equipment. Tools. Let's just do 05. 9. I don't want to attach any files. And then save. And then so this note, just picture some tools here that got left out, right? Could just go back and readdress that this happened. If anything got stolen or if anything was misplaced or moved, we would now know why from our field note.
Yeah, that's a big one that I hear often, especially with PMs and safety guys who oversee multiple projects and can't necessarily get out, physically to the sites, to all of them within a given week. And so I've been hearing a lot of groups have been starting like the exact process you just showed us to be able to, virtually drop in, check the site, make sure everything's clean and safe,
Mhm.
and manage it much more effectively, but essentially quickly, right? So they could stay ahead of schedule and on a good safety measure. Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time today.
Absolutely.
It's been fun. It's awesome to see the project come along. I know Alex has been in conversations with you and Apollo for some time now, and it's he loves working with you guys, and you guys are just an awesome group to work with. And I appreciate you taking the time today to sit down with us.
Yeah, absolutely. This was fun. And like I said, this is a great product. Easy learning curve. Anyone could use it. And I think it's going to be extremely beneficial for us at the conclusion of this job.
Yeah.
CYA, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's documentation, right?
Yeah, no, this is a good company, a good product. I have nothing bad to say. All good, all great things.
Appreciate that, Donovan.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you take care.
Yeah, you too. Have a great one.
All right. Bye, man.
Bye.